Yo guys, how's it going? I'm coming with another tutorial. In this tutorial we have another challenge with the name of Treble Treble Travel, something like that. And this challenge exists in the CodeWar website. And this challenge, the difficulty of that is 6, so it's a little bit harder than the previous challenge which I did. And okay, we are going to read the description. The description is that write the function, and in this function, let me show you. In the we have to give a two different arguments to this function, num1 and num2, and then these two arguments are the numbers, and then there is a rule for these two arguments. If in the first argument, which is the first number, that was a straight triple number in the first num, and in the second num a straight double same number. So there are two rules. For the first argument, which is the first number, it has to be a straight triple number, and for the second argument, which is a number as well, it has to be a straight double number. And if these two rules they were together, and both of these two rules was true at the same time, so we are going to return 1. In any other situation, we are going to return 0. Okay, it's pretty easy. So that's the example here. 451999277. It is the first num and first argument num1, and it is the second num2, 411777, blah blah blah, whatever. Here, as you can see, we have a straight same number, which is 9. So the first rule is correct in here. What about in the second argument? We have a double and 3, a straight num, same straight num, which is right and correct and true again, so we are going to return 1. Okay, what about in the second example? We have in the first argument, we have 1 2 2 2. We have the 3 same number, which is 2, and so this one is right and true. What about the second argument? We have 1 2 3 4 5. In this one, there is no double same number, so it's one. This one is not correct, and this one is not true, and it's false. So even if one of the rule was false, we have to return 0. Okay, so these two rules has to be correct at the same time, so we are going to return 1. In any other situation, we have to return 0. If none of them, they didn't go based on the rule, okay, we have to return 0, obviously. And if both of them, they go based on the rule, we have to return 1, obviously. Okay, it's pretty easy, right? So we don't have to do a lot of things. Okay, now what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to go to start coding. Okay, here got a problem here. Okay, nice. Okay guys, I was telling you, we created triple double function based on the challenge in a CodeWar, and we have to give two different arguments to it, the first number and the second number, and then I just tried to convert them to string, str the first number and put the value in the str of number 1, str the second number and put the value in the variable of str number 2. Why I try to convert them to string, I'm going to explain to you. Because if you are not going to convert these two arguments to string, at the end we are going to get error. Because we have a for loop in the line 7, we are going to get error. Okay, so it's pretty important because of this and because of here. Because when you want to say something inside something, it doesn't have to be like integer inside another song, or you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to show you the error, so you are going to understand why we convert them to string. So right now, if the user try to write 1 2 3 3 4 5 for the first num and for the second num, these two are going to be on the inside the double quotation, and they're not going to be integer, they're going to be a string. Okay, and then I try to, as you can see, for each line I try to put comments so you guys can read it better, and it's going to be meaningful and like clean code, because whenever you use comment, you are going to make your script easier to read, so people around you and people, imagine that you are in a company and those people just your teammates, which you guys, all of you guys are just working on the same project, and they need to read your script and they need to read your code and try to improve it, right? If they're not going to understand your code, you're gonna get fired. Because, bro, think about it. When your code is not understandable, you're useless. The code is useless. Both of you guys are useless. So it's pretty important to put comment and try to use the meaningful variable name, argument name. Everything needs to be meaningful for human. Because at the end, there is another person who wanna improve it. You're not alone. Okay? And even sometimes it's going to be like, you are going to do the project, and after a week you are going to come back and read your code which you did it previous week, and you are going to be like, bro, what the heck is this? I don't even understand what's going on. But you know you wrote this code by yourself, but you don't understand because you didn't put any comment, you didn't put any meaningful variable name, and nothing. It's pretty important. Then we have another comment, check every digit from 0 to 9. Okay, so we are going to use a for loop and say for digit. As you can see, I could say for I, but I say for digit, so it's going to be meaningful. For digit in range of 10. Why 10? Because the 10 is not going to get included. When we say for digit in range of 10, that means from 0 to 9. 10 is not included. Okay, and we say, okay, so each of these number from 0 to 9 is going to be equal with digit. Okay, and then I said, okay, the first rule was triple digit straight in the num1, and the second rule was double digit straight in the num2. So I simply said, if the string of digits, because we know from 0 to 9 these are number, so I'm going to say if the string of digit multiplied by 3, that means 3 times straight with together. For example, from 0 to 9, 0 0 0 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. If the string of digits 3 times with together was inside, I'm going to use in, and I said if the string of digit 3 times with together was inside in the str num1, that means the string version of number 1, which is the number 1 but a string, and a string version of digit multiplied by 2, that means 2 times number with together straight, like 0 0 between 0 and 9, 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3 multiplied by 2 was inside the number 2, then we are going to return 1 because it is based on these two rules. Okay, if both of these two rules was correct, why I say both of them? Because I use and. When I say and, that means both of the condition need to be correct. But when I say or, that means if one of them was correct, you have to return true. So if both of these condition was correct, you have to return 1. In any other situation, you have to return 0. So this script is pretty easy. We just simply say, and then at the end I simply say, okay, print, and then I call my function triple double, and then I put 2 arguments, which is 2 random number, 451999277, 41177722899, blah blah blah. I know in the first number, because I'm human and I can read, I know in the first number there is a triple same number straight with together, which is 9. So the first rule is true. What about the second rule? There is a double first straight number, which is true. and there is another double straight number which is 7, so 1 and 7, both of them, and even 9 and even 2 here. So the two rules of this program are correct, so we have to, if you are going to run the program, we have to get the result of 1, and it has to return and it has to print 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, let me just remove all of these. That's it. I'm going to run it and I'm going to return 1. Okay, now I'm going to change the number. I'm going to say, what about this number, random number? What about now? I'm going to return 0. Why? Because here we see there is no triple straight number, and here we see there is no double straight number, so we have to return 1. What about if I'm going to change this to this? 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. Still I'm going to return 0, because as I told you, when we say and, that means both of the condition need to be correct, not only one of the condition. I know here there is a triple same number, a straight same number, but here we don't have a double straight same number. But if I'm going to change this to 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2, then I'm going to return 1 definitely. That's it. Pretty easy. But what we learn from this challenge? We learn function, we try to use range, we try to convert the integer to string, we try to a little bit more be a little bit more creative and understand, and just change our mindset and understand. Because I could simply say, instead of using for loop, I could simply say, for example, we have the variable of numbers, which is in the list, 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4, right? I could do that. And then numbers triple, and then the other one is going to be numbers underline double, for example, and then I put the double 1 1 1 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4, and so on and so on. I could do that and say, okay, if one of the numbers triple was inside the first number, so it's true. And if one of the number double was inside in num2, it's true as well. But imagine that we had to write 2 more useless line code to do that. People think differently. You don't have to, I mean, it's based on your mindset. I could do that as well, and it's going to work correctly. There is no difference. But try your best to write your code as smart as possible. Because if I do that, I have to add more 2-line code, and it's going to be a little bit like, I can say, noob programmer, and you know, it's not good. It's not really good. So it's better to use for loop here, and it's better to use range instead of create 2 new variable and create a list and then just write the useless number, triple useless number, and double inside, and then okay, then we are going to use 4 for each of these. You know, it's just useless. I'm not going to say it's useless, it's going to work still, but it's better to use for loop straight without any useless code, and then straight using range. So in both of the situation, the code is going to work correctly, but this one is better because less code line, more clean, more understandable, and everything, right? And don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, Security Hunter. I'm trying to, whenever I did any, let me show you here, whenever I did any challenge in my YouTube, any Python challenge in my YouTube, I'm going to, whenever I did any Python challenge in CodeWar, I'm going to try my best to put it in my YouTube, and then I'm going to try my best to start to put some hacking tutorial as well, because like from 5 or 6 previous tutorials I didn't put any hacking tutorial, but before I was talking about XSS, I was talking about lack of verification, email vulnerability in the real website, which was in a bug bounty website. I was talking about how to perform a phishing attack using JavaScript and HTML, CSS and everything. But after a little bit posting this kind of videos, I said to myself, okay, let's go for teaching some Python because it's so useful even for hackers and even for programmers and everything, and all of the people, even people who are not even programmer, it's useful for them because as we can see these days, like everybody, Python has an impact on everybody, all of the people's lives. We can see AI, we can see all of the robots, all of everything, most of them is based on machine learning, like machine learning, deep learning, and this kind of thing, and all of this technology mostly came from Python and this kind of language. So learning Python is not good only for programmer, it's good for everybody. At least you have to know a little bit of Python programming language. It's pretty easy, useful, and you can just automate your task as well. It's so useful. It has a thousand of modules and libraries. It's pretty useful to know at least a little bit of that. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Every day we are going to have posts. I'm going to try. And if you had any question, you can comment me below. And I'm going to try to put my GitHub and try to put most of the CodeWar challenge inside it with the script, with the code of that, and try to put most of the big project source inside them as well. So, but so far I don't have any GitHub. I have it, but I didn't put anything inside it. But anyway, if you had any question, comment below. I'm going to answer you guys as fast as possible. See you later. Goodbye.